Hi family, I'm Dr. Brenda Awoburiasti. I'm a licensed daycare provider, a published author of 3 children's books, an advocate, a consultant, a veteran's wife, and a mother. If you need help setting up your daycare service or just looking for great ideas to incorporate a play-based learning approach as well as learn about research-based solutions to issues impacting education, this is the channel for you. Subscribe, share, like. Thank you. Troy's Heidelberg project by Tyree Guyton, the revitalization of deterioration with art. And this is a question, and I'm gonna leave that for everyone watching, to leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion about it. But before I move forward, I want to say the very first time, I think it was 2 years ago, when my husband and I went to Detroit to see his family, they took us here to the Heidelberg project. It was fascinating to me that, that somebody created something like this in the neighborhood he used to live in. So when we went back this time, I went for a couple of days, probably 3 days. We left on a Thursday, we came back on a Sunday. So I said I had to go back to the project to see, take my time and look around it and just see what's going on there. And then we went there, and luckily for us, we met the artist, Tyree Guyton, very humble, very approachable. We even took a picture, which you're going to see at the end of this video. So we didn't even know he was the owner. We didn't know he was the artist. He was just cleaning and just clearing the place, and we said hi and just kept moving. And then he said hello, and then my husband, as usual, started talking to him and discovered he was the owner. So I was like, I need to ask him questions. I need to go there and take pictures. And that was how I took a picture with him and asked him certain questions. So this project, according to the pamphlet, the little pamphlet I had gotten from there, it's an outdoor art project that Tyree created. And he created this project because he wanted to improve the lives of the neighborhood that he grew up in with art, and that he believes that the community itself can resustain itself, can rebuild itself. But it just people just have to be dedicated to it, and people just have to work to do it. Now, they say this project, let me give you a description of what I saw when I went there. It's like a section of the street, and that street is Heidelberg, and which I did show it like a little picture at the beginning if you want to rewind and go see it. And on that street, I noticed there were some residential homes, but mostly this part of the street took over. This part of the street, Tyree had taken over for his art project. And what is his art? Is like a collection of, in quotes, I'm not calling it junk, but I'm just gonna say in quote, it's like a collection of junk and trash. But everything is arranged, and there's a rhythm and there's a rhyme to it. And one thing that really stood out to me looking at this project, I'm walking around, I just saw time everywhere. There were clocks every single way. And look at that, there are arrows, there are look at that, 7:42. There were clocks everywhere. Look at the sidewalk, clock, times. And I said I had to ask, what is the significance of time to your art project? And he told me, we all have a day we're born, and we all have a day that we die. So that's like a theme that he was working on. And I also asked him, I said, the last time we came, it was very different. There were all kinds of dolls. I can't remember. It was probably around Halloween, because there were some horror stuffed animals. It looked very different. And then he said, yeah, because time is always changing. People are always changing. The community is always changing. So just as everything changes, that's how the art changes. And that's what makes art grow. So, I mean, it was so fascinating talking to him. All kinds of stuff. There was some, that's a, is it party? There were computers, like a bunch of computers. I mean, look at those toys. I was like, oh, these toys right here, my daycare children see them, they will think that they can just run there and play with them. They won't know it's an exhibition, you know. So different little things here and there that he put together. I did see a couple of old cars somewhere, you know, around here. I mean, it was fascinating to me the first time that I came, and also now it's also still fascinating to me that somebody created something so unique, so different. I don't know if there's anything else like this in the world. I don't know, but this is very fascinating. So as I take you around and show you what we saw, let me give you a little bit about the history. In the little pamphlet that I have, it says that for over 30 years, the Heidelberg project has been a place of art, resourcefulness, community, and resilience. On April 6, 1986, artist Tyree Guyton stepped out onto the porch of his childhood home and experienced a vision of what would become the Heidelberg project. What he saw was a way of taking things that were discarded and giving them new life and a new purpose. The Heidelberg project will serve as a metaphor for what Tyree wanted for his neighborhood and his city. There's an irony to this. If you've gone to abandoned neighborhoods before, what is the major thing that stands out in abandoned neighborhood? In abandoned neighborhoods, I would say trash. So if you start organizing the trash in abandoned, look at these are like bottles of soda, and all kinds of bottles. So if you start organizing the trash in an abandoned neighborhood, then it's like you're starting from scratch and recreating and rebuilding and revitalizing the community. Okay, now to keep on with the history on the little pamphlet that I got from them, it says, as the reputation of Tyree Guyton and the Heidelberg project grew, so did the controversy. In 1991 and again in 1999, the city of Detroit bulldozed elements of the Heidelberg project. Man, I didn't know they did that. In 2013 and 2014, a series of fires ripped through the Heidelberg project. Wow, leaving only the Numbers house and the Dirty Water house. And those houses are fascinating, and you will see them as I show you around. And look at these old computers, old televisions, and still look at that time again, the clock, like I said. Okay, so in 2013 and 2014, a series of fires ripped through the Heidelberg project, leaving only the Numbers house and the Dirty Water house undeterred. That's the Dirty Water house right there, right ahead. Undeterred, Tyree continues to demonstrate passion, persistence, and leadership, remaining true to his original mission. And in researching this, I did go on Google, just to look at the reviews that people are leaving. People have all kinds of ideas and all kinds of opinions about this project, and that's what art is. Art gives you an opportunity to express what's in your mind. As much as the artist is expressing what's in his mind, you also, as the person enjoying the art or looking at the art, will also have your opinion, to the art as well. So on Google, I saw a lot of reviews, and I'm gonna read you a couple of them. Let me read you a couple of them so you can hear what people are saying about the project. Okay, so the first person here says, it is a great and very interesting place with a variety of cool people. Very cool and nice setting, friendly people. That was what somebody else said. Cool concept on improving the community through art. However, it had no rhythm or flow. Some of the displays looked like trash piles. Some of the displays were very interesting. However, it is a one and done kind of visit. Wow. And I actually went back. I had gone before, and I was like, I didn't take in as much information as I wanted to take in, and I went back again. So, and now when I came back again, it was a whole new scenery, and it was different. And I don't think it's a one-off visit actually, but everybody has their opinions to everything, Such a cool and interesting place. I love the artist concept. I visit this ever-changing art installation every time I come home. That's what somebody else has said. A great artistic place to visit. It may not be for everyone, but if you like art, you will like this place. Amazing and unique place to explore and take pictures. Feels sketchy but not unsafe. Unique roads, that's a must-see for the nitty-gritty vibe of inner city Detroit. That's what somebody else said. This was a little stand, where we took the pamphlet and where Tyree was right there. And there is, that's my husband, John, and my baby. There is like a tip jar as well in that office area. And you can put something there, and we did just put a little something in the tip jar. And that helps as a donation, towards the artist and his work and what he stands for the community. Okay, so again, somebody says, unusual restoration in the heart of Detroit. Saw this unique spot highlighted on Jay Leno's garage, very near the old Packard plant. What a side trip. And then this is the last one I'm going to read to you. Loved it. Totally worth the drive through the experience. Take a stroll through your mind sometime. You might just be surprised by what you find. So you can already see that people have various ideas, various opinions about the project. But as we kept going through it, and I look at that, shoes and piles of shoes, as I kept walking through it, and look at shopping carts, a dog house, boat, and an Abaddon boat, stuffed animals of all kinds. Well, as I kept walking through here, I started to realize that if you're really artistic, if you're just, well, let me go like this. If you're just walking by here, maybe for the first time for a couple of minutes, your mind, you can be like, man, this looks like trash. What is this? I can't understand what this is, and this and that, But if you compare this and juxtaposition it with what the artist is trying to do, it makes a lot of sense. Because like I said from the beginning, if you want to rejuvenate an environment that has been abandoned, where would you start from? You will start from trash. You will clean. You start with cleaning and make sure that you pick up all the trash and put them away. They do not have to be organized. You just have to put them away. And the ones you can use and reuse, then you can use those and reuse them. The ones you cannot, you can throw them away, right? So he's using this project to bring attention to his old neighborhood that has been kind of dilapidated and abandoned, and the world now knows that neighborhood, and the world now knows about the struggles of the neighborhood, and they have even just something else. There's a new aspect of this project that is let me see what that is. So the new aspect is the 3.0, the Heidelberg 3.0, which is like a rejuvenation of the old Heidelberg, and now it's like an education program that showcases art, equity, and diversity. So I'm looking forward to reading more about that and understanding more about that and what it's all about. But that's a wheelchair. Some of these things are really, really old, and he has like a variety of old and new things, everything all merged and flexed together. And I'm telling you, it is so fascinating. It's so fascinating as you walk by and look at that. Look at what I was telling you, old and new together. So it's a very fascinating place to be, and I do look forward to seeing what the Heidelberg 3.0 is going to be about, and how he's going to translate this project into that and combine them or translate it and make some improvements. But it was amazing to go there. It was fascinating. Out of all the places that we visited in Detroit, this was my favorite the first time that I came, and this was my favorite the second time. And I do hope that next time when we go to Detroit, we'll come back again and probably see a whole new setup, because every time we come, there's a whole new setup. So this is it, and we just kept walking by and looking at it, and you can see from some of the aspects of the video that some parts of the neighborhood is abandoned. Some houses there were abandoned. Some people still lived there, because we saw some neighborhood people, but mostly abandoned neighborhood. So I'm really glad that they're doing the education program. And every time I go places, I don't know if it's just me, and if you're a daycare provider or you're a teacher, let me know in the comment section below if this happens to you. But every time I go places, and I go to places like this that is mind-blowing and fascinating to me, I just wish my daycare kids were there. Detroit is a far, far place to travel. If we had something like this in my neighborhood, I would do a summer trip there and show children, talk about recycling and repurposing, talk about art. There's so much to talk about. There's a lot of themes. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Behind, and you can see that. Another fascinating thing I was thinking about, I said, even if you call this junk or you call this trash, everything here is clean. It's not it's not just strewn and all over the place and left to rot. It was clean. He kept it clean. There was no trash. I mean, like pieces of paper or food or things lying around, and the lawn was mowed. He is keeping this place up. He's keeping it up. And those abandoned cars and boats that are here, and some other little things, you can see that there's art on them. So before he probably brought them here, he worked on them. He wrote and drew things on them, and colored on them. So this is a fascinating work. It is fascinating, and like I said, so many themes here to teach. Diversity and equity and art and change and time, and all kinds of things, in colors and beauty, all kinds of things to teach here. If you have been here, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Is this art to you? Is this something that can revitalize or rejuvenate a neighborhood that has been abandoned and forgotten? What do you think? And even if you haven't been here before and you're watching this video, leave your thoughts below. And as usual, thank you so much for watching. And here is the guy I had taken the picture with, Tyree Guyton. He is the artist here, and he created this beautiful work, and that's me. I just want to say thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for so many good stuff coming your way here. And also, prayers get answered, miracles still happen, and every single thing is possible. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.